Hi folks, I'm just waiting for my Facebook video to come on. There we go. So welcome. This is the first day of our 5-day home practice challenge. So thanks so much for being here. I'm starting a little early because I'm recognizing that finally, it's only taken me 7 months to figure this out, that if I get on early, then people can find me when they get on around 5 o'clock. So let's say you're watching the replay, then you may want to forward this video just about, looks like 11 minutes. We'll start in 11 minutes. So if you're here now and you want to join me, like, feel free to, roll your mat out. Get some props. Maybe you want bolster, maybe you want some blocks. I'm just checking here. Maybe you want an extra blanket, whatever, whatever's going to make you comfortable. So feel free to get some props. Feel free to lie down on your back, and just like as if you were going to a live yoga class, you can just be here. You can lie down on your back and just kind of relax. And we'll start. So we got about 10 minutes. So for today's practice is going to be an energizing practice. I'm going to introduce all that as we get started. We're focusing on brain health this week, optimizing the brain. I don't know about you, but I've been feeling, my brain's been feeling a little foggy. So I was thinking this would be a good way to work on that. Give folks a little chance to work on some yoga practices can help improve the function of your brain. So you are welcome to get some props. I'm going to introduce everything, and as soon as we get started right at 5 o'clock, I'll just do a quick intro and then we'll get right into our practice, because I do want to keep these short. I want to keep them to, just a half an hour practice so that you can just pop in and pop out and kind of see how it fits in your busy life. I mean, the reason that I decided to do this 5-day challenge is because so many people were saying to me, I just don't have time to practice. I'm busy. I've got work, or I'm looking for work. People are in all sorts of places in terms of their kids. Excuse me. And with their, and family obligations, and I just feel so stressed out. I can't practice yoga. I'm hearing all those things all the time. And so my intention was, let me, do this challenge. Let's just like bang out a 30-minute practice. And I don't mean bang it out like bang it, of course that's what I'm talking about. I don't mean like, push a bunch of sun salutations at 30. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, let's see what you can do with 30 minutes. Like, if you show up every day at 5 o'clock, what can you do with 30 minutes? What kind of changes does that make for you? What if you did this every day this week? If you can't make it here at 5 o'clock Eastern, set it up like, okay, I'm going to do it at 7 p.m., whatever time zone I'm in. That's what I'm going to do every day. And because you can watch the replays are going to stay up. So I see that some folks are already coming on. That's great. I'm just checking everything here. Oh, good. It looks like a bunch of people are here. Great. I'm so glad that you're here, even though we still have a good 8 minutes. So if you want to go to the bathroom and, put some potatoes in the oven or whatever you're doing for dinner tonight, go do that and come back. I'm just kind of chatting about things here. So there's a few things that are going on, and as we wait to get started, because I'm going to start right at 5 o'clock with the practice, but I wanted to be here early, make sure you're here, you're ready, you're getting all the information, you're getting all the stream, and you hear me and all that stuff. If you're joining me on Facebook, I'm doing this, by the way, I'm doing this on Facebook and I'm doing this on Instagram. A lot of people have been telling me lately, like, they just are too overwhelmed for social media, or they don't like Facebook anymore. I get it. If you want to join, I know the same company owns them both, but if you want to join me on Instagram TV, I'm here live on Instagram too. So, either way is fine. You're welcome. And I think that I'm going to be able to be on Instagram for 30 minutes. And if I'm not, then I'll see it stop and then I'll do it again. I usually don't use IGTV so much, but for this I wanted to use it. So if for some reason it doesn't work, I'll just stop it and start another one. Okay, so a few things before we get rolling, just to let you know what's going on. in my world. And first of all, I want to thank you for being in my world. Thank you for joining me for practice. So a couple of things that are going on. We're going to be doing this week, every day this week, we're going to, except for Saturday, so it's just, and Sunday, it's just Monday to Friday, we're going to be doing a practice, a 30-minute practice, but we also have some really exciting gifts, and so there's giveaways. I love this part of it. It's like my favorite part of it. We're doing giveaways, and somebody won one of my giveaways in another country, and I just mailed it to them, and it wasn't even that expensive. So it's going to be fine. Like if you live somewhere else, if you live in Timbuktu, it might take a while for the prize to get to you if you win it. So let me tell you a little bit about the prizes. We have a few more minutes here before we get started. So one of the prizes is, I think it's today's prize actually, but I have to check. 3-minute eggs. These are really fun. I love these blocks. I've been using them for quite some time now. I was introduced to them by by one of my wonderful yoga students, Lindsay Fields, and then I got to know the guy who owns the company, and just really nice company. I love these. They're a little squishy, and you can do all sorts of fun things with them. You can make them flat so they don't move, but you can also put them like this and they do move. So anyway, that's our prize for today. And all you have to do to join the contest is tag a friend in the comments and say, hey, you might want to join us for this challenge this week. Slow mindful yoga, trying to get your home practice, rolling. If you have trouble getting a home practice rolling, if you've had trouble getting a home practice rolling, that's why we're here. So just tag a friend. That's all in the description on the Facebook. I don't think I put it on Instagram, but you can do the same thing. If you're listening, you can do the same thing on Instagram. Just tag a friend. So it looks like on Instagram I only have like 7 minutes left. I don't know. Maybe that's just what the circle is doing, and I have more than 15 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm not very techie. I should probably ask my son if I can go. He would know if I can go over 15 minutes on Instagram. I don't know. But I am, if you're here and something cuts out, feel free to jump over to Subtle Yoga with Kristine Weber on Facebook. That's where I was originally planning on doing just on Subtle Yoga with Kristine Weber on Facebook, but then some of my students were saying, hey, I'm not on Facebook, can you do it on Instagram? I was like, sure. So I'm happy to be in both places at the same time. So we're going to be also giving away this week I have this lovely lavender silk eye pillow. This is also one of the prizes. Maybe you can see it a little more. I don't know if that matters so much to you, and it looks like it's backwards. But you can see it's a nice silky purple eye pillow. One of the other prizes this week is a 1-hour yoga therapy session with me on Zoom. So if you're interested in that, I think we're doing that on Wednesday. And then the Thursday prize is one of my courses, which is called the Yoga and Neuroscience Connection. So if you're interested in the neurobiology of yoga and mental health, of yoga and health in general, that's what that course is about. So we're giving that away, I think, on Friday. So the way that we've arranged it is like today is the first practice, and so today if you leave a comment and you tag a friend in the comment, then you will be entered for the drawing, which will happen tomorrow about this time, right before we get started. So I'll be here again tomorrow, like at about 10 to 5, just making sure the tech is working and everything so we can get started on time. So it looks like there's quite a few people here. Yeah, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for joining. Again, just tag your friend, let them know that we're going to be here the rest of the week and they should join us. Also, it's really nice to know where you're from, because we have people here from New Zealand, and maybe not right now, I don't know what time it is in New Zealand, but people watch from New Zealand and from Australia and from Scotland and from Ireland sometimes, and we've had people from Germany and Norway and Denmark, so it's really sweet. And of course, all over the United States too. So it's really sweet to have you all joining me and practicing together. And that's one thing I think during this challenging time is to, even though it can be really difficult to feel connected to people, with the social distancing, at least we can feel the vibration of connecting and practicing together in our own homes. So I hope that that's something that you can kind of absorb, kind of connect with, kind of realize as we're practicing. Okay, so it looks like it is 4:59, so let's go ahead and get rolling here. I'm going to invite you to come over to your mat and lie down on your back. This is a practice, an energizing practice for bumping or nudging the window of tolerance. Let me just explain for 1 minute what window of tolerance is. It's a model that was developed by Dan Siegel. And this part of the window, so you think about a window, this part of the window is my nervous system is too hyped up, hyper arousal. And when you break through the window, that's when you end up with like anxiety and uncomfortable feeling. This part of the window is too exhausted and burned out. And that's the hypo-arousal. And when you break through, that's when you get depression, right? So for many of us, the window gets smaller and smaller. So what we're doing with this practice today is kind of nudging that upper part of the window. We want to nudge it. We don't want to break it. We're just gently going to nudge that window and kind of bring a little more energy into the system. Okay, so let's come down to the mat. So you can begin by lying down on your back. I really am going to try to keep these to 30 minutes. It could be hard for me, but I'm going to really try. So you begin by lying down on your back. And if you like, depending on how you're feeling today, if you like, you can stretch your legs out. If you prefer, you might want to bring your feet up flat. Up to you. And take a moment to kind of tune in. How does your low back feel today? How does your breath feel? And importantly, what has been going on with your nervous system? Have you been feeling hyped up? Have you been feeling exhausted? Have you been bouncing back and forth between those two things? By the way, if any of those are true, that's all normal, particularly in this global traumatizing experience that we're having right now. So a little self-kindness goes a long way. And just take a moment and kind of tune in. How does your breath feel? How does your body feel? How does your nervous system feel? Can you make your inhale just a teeny bit deeper? And as you exhale, can you support your exhale by gently drawing your navel towards your spine? We're going to begin with some slow movement. So just prop your arms up, really floppy, really relaxed, and just slowly start to twirl your wrists. These are part of the Pawanmukta Asana series, the joint rotation series, which is considered very important for reducing vata. And what is vata? That's sort of the anxiety, that's the dryness, it's the creakiness, it's the it's sort of the part of ourselves that's the wind, right? The part of ourselves that's not still, that we need sometimes to find a little more stillness. So this slow movement, and I'm changing the direction of my hand. And just slow, mindful, noticing how my wrists feel today. What does it feel like if you tuck your thumbs in and wrap your fingers around and keep making those nice, slow, mindful circles with your wrists? Just take your time and find your breath. And then if you like, you can stretch your legs out if they're not already stretched out, and start to do the same thing with your ankles. Just add your ankles to the equation. You might like your fingers spread out more. You might like your fingers tucked in. You can see what feels good to you. Getting the ankles going, getting the wrists going together. And a nice long exhale through your mouth. Okay, so when you finish that one, just let everything rest again. And allow your head to slowly move side to side, as slowly as you like. As if you have all the time in the world. As if your nose is the sun, just gently moving across the sky. You take as long as you like. And just feel, where's that end range of your neck? Not like, the end range, like you're going to turn your neck all the way around, but the comfortable end where the muscles start to feel like, oh yeah, that feels good. That's comfortable. Just a couple of nice, slow movements with your neck.